Hello friends, Brian Daly, Klamath Falls News. Welcome to Ask Klamath. In today's show, we're going to chat with Heather Tramp, your Executive Director of the Klamath County Chamber of Commerce. We're going to ask your tough questions, including business in Klamath Falls, Costco, employment right here in Basin, and a few other things. But first, let's roll that intro. This is our 5th episode here of Season 1, and our guest today, Heather Tramp, the Executive Director of the Klamath County Chamber of Commerce. For those of you new to Ask Klamath, welcome. Glad to see you here. We are a Ask Me Anything style talk show where the questions come from you, our audience. We asked for these questions on Monday. We got quite a few of them. There's some really good ones out there. All over the place. Costco was mentioned a couple times. Business development in town, things like that. We're going to actually get into those. But let me introduce our guest today, Heather Tramp, Executive Director of the Klamath County Chamber of Commerce. You've held the title since 2016, but you've been involved in the Chamber since 2008.
Yes, next month will be my 10-year anniversary.
10-year anniversary, it's hard to believe. Can you tell everybody about who you are, what you do?
Sure. Like I said, I've been like Brian said, I've been at the Chamber for 10 years. Previously, I did the marketing events program coordination, and then in 2016, I became executive director. So I lead the organization. I listen to our chamber members, find out what they need from our organization, and look for ways to provide those solutions for them.
Very cool. So lots of things going on that you're involved with as well.
Yeah.
Outside the chamber, what are you involved with?
Oh gosh, well the chamber takes a lot of my time, and I'm glad it does, because there's a lot of things that you can get involved with through the chamber that are community-wide efforts. But I have 2 sons, and one of them is very involved in every sport, so I'm usually at sporting events, and I try to help when I can and volunteer in the community.
Well, very good. Thanks, Heather, for that. You know, I do want to mention that we are taking your questions live in the comments of the show here. So we're going to be asking those towards the end of the show. Be sure to get those in. And a special shout out to the fairgrounds. They're actually doing a really cool giveaway for us. For if you enter a comment and we ask it live on the air, a question we ask it live on the air, you'll be entered to win a prize pack from the Klamath County Fair, including admission to the weekend, all weekend long, tickets to see Cody Johnson in concert, rodeo tickets, and the carnival wristbands as well. So a really cool package from them. We'll actually be doing the drawing for that next week when Fair Manager Todd Hobart is actually on the show. Or not next week, July 25th when Todd's on the show. So Heather, a couple quick questions. Kind of set and stage a little bit about the Chamber for people who aren't familiar with it. Can you tell us what the Chamber is? What is the Chamber of Commerce?
The Chamber is a membership-based organization. We started in 1905. I like to mention that because that's a very long time for an organization to be around. I think we are the longest standing business advocacy organization in Klamath County. We were incorporated in 1921, and businesses can join and partake in our services, and that's what we do.
Cool. So how many members do we have in the Chamber right now?
We're growing. Last year we added about 50 new members, and I'm excited for that. We're sitting right about 470, so we're about to hit that 500 mark.
470 members. That's a lot of people.
That's a lot. It's good. We say there's strength in numbers.
Very cool. So I guess a good question you probably get a lot is, how does somebody become a member and who can become a member?
Any business, we even have some individuals that are members of the Chamber of Commerce. You fill out an application, pay your dues, and you are a member of our organization.
And is that limited to anybody, or is it open to any business? How does it work?
It's really open to any business. We are the Klamath County Chamber, so for the most part, our businesses are located in Klamath County. We do occasionally get people that are very
lots of things, lots of people can be part of the chamber, as you're saying, any business, kind of county, outside areas as well. So, and do they just give you a call? Do they visit? How do they? You said they got to fill out an application. How do they get to the application?
It's on our website at klamath.org, and they can also give our office a call and we can walk through them. A lot of people have questions about what they get with their membership, and I think we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the interview. But we can meet with you, see what your needs are, see if there's something that the chamber can do for you to meet those needs, and get you signed up. It's really simple. It's really affordable. I think one of the common misconceptions with the chamber is people believe that we're a government agency, and we're not. We are a membership-based organization, independent of any government.
Okay. So, what would you say is your favorite part of the job that you have with chamber?
I have a lot of favorite things, but really it probably boils down to it's always a little bit different. Every day I never know what I'm going to expect when I get to the office, so I get to work on a wide variety of things, and probably even more important, I feel like what I do can make a difference in our community, and I love that.
That's a good feeling, is knowing that maybe you can make a difference in what's going on. Well, guys, we're here with Heather Tramp, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parker Maw, and this is Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center. We offer various types of treatments to get you moving and feeling better. Services include chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and other different therapeutic techniques. At Klamath Spine, we typically don't need a referral, and we're an in-network provider for many insurances. You have a choice where to be seen. Make it at Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. When you see lights,
vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
The 2018 Klamath County Fair is all about fun, friends, and family. Join us August 2nd to the 5th and ride the carnival ride. See great entertainment and check out the exhibits. Come see country music star Cody Johnson light up the John Hancock Event Center on August 2nd. Put on your boots. The Great Northwest Pro Rodeo is August 3rd and 4th. Doors open at 5:15 with the action starting at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead and get your tickets now for the best event of the summer. The 2018 Klamath County Fair, August 2nd to the 5th. Come have a blast. It's your fair.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rourke, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Ask Klamath. We've been checking the comments there as the show's going on, and we are hearing that there might be some audio issues. We're looking into that right now. All the fun love stuff of going live. So we're going to be checking into that as we progress, but we're going to go ahead and move the show forward. I do know this is recording locally. If we're having trouble with the live feed, we will be able to watch it on the replay. So Heather, actually, I do want to thank somebody first, our sponsor. You just saw their commercial, Excel Auto Body. They are the presenting sponsor of Ask Klamath. We couldn't do the show without them, and we thank them very much for what they do. If you got in a car accident or anything like that, remember them, because you really would have no better representation of you and your vehicle with your insurance and the collision and all that than Excel Auto Body. They're great people over there. Your vehicle, our reputation, and it's more than just a slogan with them. They actually mean that. So we got a few more questions. You ready to get into them?
Hosting greeters tomorrow, so if you want to learn more about the chamber after listening in, that's at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Very cool. Greeters is well worth attending as well.
It is, and attendance is up, and it's really fun. Come and see what's going on.
And the ambassadors run that, because one of the things we're going to talk about is you do have a small staff at the chamber, and you're able to do that, do what you do with a small staff because of the committees and the volunteers you have, such as the ambassadors, right?
So our office is Joyce and I. That can be everything we want to do accomplished. But we have committees, our ambassadors, like you mentioned, are a huge part of it. We're up to close to 20 ambassadors, and they're kind of our goodwill if you think about the word ambassador, they're our goodwill volunteer. They do our ribbon cuttings, they host our readers networking meetings and keep that moving along, trying to introduce businesses to each other that can help each other out. And excitingly, one of the things they implemented this year was a 50-50 drawing, where they do at each readers a 50-50, someone wins half the cash, and then they take that money, and when that pot reaches 200, they're making a donation to a nonprofit that belongs to the chamber. So we've accepted applications from all of our nonprofits, and they picked Reach as their first one, and in 2 months' time, they were able to get enough donations to make the donation. Actually, tomorrow at Excel Auto Body, they'll be making a donation to Reach Incorporated.
Cool. So it's well worth attending and checking that out. So let's get into the questions. We have one from Lori Worthington. She says, what businesses are coming to Klamath Falls, and will they provide a decent compensation package?
That's a great question. I think if you read the comments, there's been lots of questions about what's coming here. A couple of them that I can confirm. I know Jimmy John's is coming in. If you've seen the construction going on over by Starbucks, that is what is going in there. And then of particular interest to a lot of folks is the Holiday Market located downtown, and that will be opening sometime in I think around Labor Day. I don't know exactly what their compensation packages are. I know Holiday Market is doing a job fair at the Cerulean, and I encourage people to go in and check that out. So those are the two that I can confirm.
Okay. So does the chamber work with say CASITA, the Economic Development Organization, to help spur some of this stuff coming to town?
Yeah. So Klamath County Economic Development Association, which we all refer to as CASITA, is really the recruitment arm. They're out looking for those companies to come into the area, and we support their efforts. We do little projects for them. We can help pull together information on our community and community support that a company might be able to expect. But that really is kind of in their bailiwick, and we work closely with them.
Okay. Going on to the next one, there was actually a few questions in here regarding this, and I'm kind of trying to word this very carefully because there are some people out there, and some have experienced this personally, but do you think Klamath Falls as a whole is unfriendly to business and business development?
That's a hard, I get asked that question a lot personally too. I think that's a hard question because it's sort of subjective. If someone is looking to open a business in our community and they're from outside, a lot of times I'll hear that it's very easy, especially if they're coming from a more urban area. I hear that it's surprisingly easy to do business here. I do hear on occasion that it can be difficult to get started, it can be difficult to get help. And the thing that I'd say about that is the chamber is in a great position to help those businesses. We are a great connection. We talk about ourselves as a hub. If you don't know who to talk to get over that hurdle, you aren't sure who to reach out to, and you aren't sure even what to do, the chamber can help our member businesses with making those connections, with brainstorming, and with hopefully getting over some of those things.
Well, very good. Guys, going back to this audio issue, I know we're having some trouble. We're going to be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parker Ma, and this is Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center. We offer various types of treatments to get you moving and feeling better. Services include chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and other different therapeutic techniques. At Klamath Spine, we typically don't need a referral, and we're an in-network provider for many insurances. You have a choice where to be seen. Make it at Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over. See lights?
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
When you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
The 2018 Klamath County Fair is all about fun, friends, and family. Join us August 2nd to the 5th and ride the carnival ride. See great entertainment and check out the exhibits. Come see country music star Cody Johnson light up the John Hancock Event Center on August 2nd. Put on your boots. The Great Northwest Pro Rodeo is August 3rd and 4th. Doors open at 5:15 with the action starting at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead and get your tickets now for the best event of the summer. The 2018 Klamath County Fair, August 2nd to the 5th. Come have a blast. It's your fair.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rorik, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Hi friends, Brian Gale at Klamath Falls News. We think we got that audio fixed now here on Ask Klamath. If you're hearing me, tap that thumbs up button. Let us know that you're hearing it and everything's coming through. We're here, Ask Klamath, episode 5 of season 1. This is the kind of the things that happen when you go live. Sometimes there's just a little bit of a glitch. So if you're hearing me, give me that thumbs up so that we know that we're coming through. We're watching you here on the feed. So Heather, because the audio was so troubled, we want to go back and actually re-answer those 2 questions that we had. You previously, before the first break, gave us a bunch of information about the chamber, things like that. We're going to link some information in the description here where you can find more. Go to klamath.org where you can you can see where a lot of that's at. But I do want to step back and go back to the first 2 questions. What businesses are coming to Klamath Falls, and will they provide a decent compensation package? That was the first one by Lori Worthington.
Sure. So I know that my friends over at Klamath County Economic Development Association over at KCDA are working hard on many things. They're really the organization that works on kind of that recruitment piece of those larger companies, which I think is probably what Lori is referring to. We support their efforts in a variety of ways. We can do some research for them. We've done that in the past with our Government Affairs Committee primarily. We can put packages together that show what kind of community support they can conceivably expect in our community. We can talk about workforce and those kind of things. Until it gets to a certain point, there's a lot of those things that we can't talk about, and so that always is a little bit frustrating for people in the profession as well as the community. 2 of them that I do know that are coming, if you've noticed the construction going on outside of Starbucks, I can confirm that it will be a Jimmy John's. So I know there's some people, I haven't eaten at one, but I know there's some people excited about that.
They're good.
Pretty good. The other one is Holiday Market. Downtown we've been without a grocery store for a long time. So I applaud everybody that was involved in that and getting that store there. I know they'll be opening sometime around Labor Day. They are doing a job fair right now. I don't know exactly what their compensation packages are, but I know they're looking for managers and some of the higher ups as well as kind of those entry-level positions. So they'll be having a
Holiday Market actually sent us a press release with the information in. We run that a couple days ago, so you want to go back and check that out. They're actually hiring for all positions, but they're wanting you to come down to the job fair where they can talk about those things in person.
Yeah.
So
I think they're going to be a great community partner. They called and they were excited about being here in Klamath, looking for ways to get involved once they get started and hire locally. So
yeah, it's very good. I'm happy that they're hiring locally.
Yeah.
The second question that you guys probably didn't get to catch is Klamath Falls unfriendly to business, making it hard for people to start or continue their business?
Sure. I think that's a little bit of a subjective question. I do hear that on occasion. I've also heard that it's really easy to do. I think it depends on the issues that you're dealing with, perhaps what your previous experience has been with doing businesses. If you're coming from an urban area, a lot of people find that it's sometimes easier to do business here. But the one thing there's a couple of things I'd mention with that. The Chamber is in a great position to help its member businesses. If you are struggling to open or maybe there's an expansion, we're a connection hub. We know a lot of the players that are involved in the decision-making process, and we can help connect you to them. We can help brainstorm ways to get over those hurdles. But the key there is really coming in and talking to us specifically about what the issue is that you're facing, and letting us brainstorm with you. I think the second thing is as citizens, I think we should be willing to give some feedback to our community leaders about specifically those things that we're struggling with. You know, sometimes people will call and they will say, oh, it's just hard to do business there, and we try to get the information out of them. Well, what specifically are you struggling with? Is it an ordinance? Is it a license? And then that can help us either change those regulations if we need to. Maybe they're old, maybe they need to be modified. Maybe it's an interpretation thing. So really, again, just coming into the chamber and letting us know that what specifically you're dealing with, and we can help you figure out potentially ways around that.
Okay, that's good to know. So it kind of ties into the next question. This one comes from Sharon Nims, and if I pronounce your names wrong, I apologize ahead of time. But she says, does the chamber help small business deal with the city requirements? And I'm going to actually take that a step further. And can the chamber help somebody start a business?
Sure. I guess the short answer would be yes. It may not be something specifically that I can answer, but I can direct you to the right people if we can't. So for example, people will come into the office. We work really closely with the Small Business Development Center, the SBDC. They have great programs to help a business get started, developing a business plan and those sorts of things. So it might be, depending on where you are in your path toward opening a business, that I make an introduction to Kat over there at the SBDC. If it's an expansion thing, I might work with KCEDA, again, the Economic Development Association, or SCOED, South Central Oregon Economic Development District, because they have some loan money available. So really, think of us as a resource. Come to us if you have questions. At the very least, I'll help connect you to people. And there's a potential I could do a little more.
Okay. So guys, the comments, keep those questions coming. We talked about it when we had audio trouble, but the comments, if we ask your question on air, you'll be entered into a prize pack by the fairgrounds. So be sure to put your comments and questions in there. We'll be addressing those later on. So one of the biggest comments we had in the when we asked for questions last Monday with Heather is about Costco. Lots of people like Costco, Sam's Club, places like that. They love to shop in bulk, got to get that case size thing, whatever, right? I've done it too. I've got a membership, and so we've all done it. What is the status of Costco? Are they going to come to town?
I think there's a lot of interest in Costco. I'm gonna laugh for just a minute. So when I started at the chamber 10 years ago, Costco was the #1 question I got asked. Costco, and then, God, I even hate to bring this up, but out on South 6th, there was a sign for Sonic at one time. That was like when I very first started at the chamber. So I felt like eventually I might not be answering this question, but the reality is that Costco would be nice. I know a lot of people in our community are looking for it, and there's a lot of parts and pieces when a company is looking to move here. They have their own set of statistics, if you will, that they're looking for. What's the average income? What's the population you're pooling from? I think that there's a way that our community can better market itself sometimes, looking at some of the outside areas that come here and shop. I think there's a lot of other pieces that we may not know about, maybe some state regulations. I know I've heard some talk about ODOT. I think the reality of the Costco question is that we shouldn't quit trying. Right? We never know when they're going to be ready and willing to make the leap and come over to Klamath. So keeping it on the table, keeping good things happening here. There's lots of good things happening in our community. If we can keep that ball rolling, maybe 5 years from now or however long, I can say I have a different answer to that question.
It'd be great to see if there's a different answer to that question. I know we hear it all the time. I hear it all the time too, is what do you hear about Costco? And you're right, they do have specific demographics. They do have specific things that they're looking for. They have their marketing areas, their designated marketing areas. And I know Klamath Falls is calculated into the Rogue Valley's store.
Sure.
They do calculate that. They calculate all of our outside areas, Lakeview, Alturas, Chiloquin, everybody is calculated into that, and they're calculated into that store. Yeah. So I know there's certain things there, there's certain parameters that they are looking for. Hopefully we'll be on the short list.
The funny, sometimes I'll hear people say, well, if our leaders would let them come in. And this is kind of a joke, and maybe I shouldn't say this, but I always joke, if one of our elected leaders could get Costco here, they would, because you want to talk about votes, they would probably get those votes in the future. So I know lots of people would continue to work on making that happen.
Okay. Well, let's move on from Costco, because they're not here today. They're not going to be here tomorrow, but maybe in the future. My wife actually asked a question. She knows that the chamber has gone to the state capitol on several occasions. Several years in a row, there's a chamber day, Klamath County Day at the capitol, and we've been part of that as well. What are some of the things that have been discussed in Salem to help Klamath Falls, and what has come to fruition from those visits?
Sure. Well, the Klamath Day at the Capitol is something I'm really proud of. One of the things when I became executive director that and at that time Todd Andrus was going out as the president and Wes French was coming in, we really wanted to strengthen our government affairs committee. And one of the things we wanted to do was have a true Klamath Day at the Capitol. So we used to go over with some other communities, but we wanted to go and talk specifically about what's happening here in Klamath. And we wanted to talk about the opportunity. It can be easy when we go up to Salem to talk about the struggles or you aren't paying attention to us. But our messaging is a lot different. It's you should pay attention to us because there's some good things happening here. And if Klamath is strengthened, the whole state is strengthened. So that's one thing I'll mention. So we've gone up there 2 years in a row. There was a long session and a short session, which I learned quickly is very different animals.
They are.
But I can talk specifically about a couple of things that we've talked about up there and have come away from. The first year, talking about the way that I work with KCEDA, or the chamber works with KCEDA, there was a company looking to move here, and there was an issue with some permits through the DEQ. And KCEDA asked the chamber to do some research on those and figure out, because this was something that could hold back this company coming here. So I did that research. The chamber discovered through that process that more than half of the permits in the entire state were out of date by sometimes up to 20 years, including ours locally.
That's a lot.
And so through that government affairs meeting, the first year that we went up there, my government affairs committee was able to get a meeting with Secretary of State Dennis Richardson and request that he audit specifically those permits. That happened, and those permits here locally have started to move. So that's something that specifically came out of there. That same year, maybe it didn't come specifically out of that trip to Salem, but our DA was resigning, I'm sorry. And what happens in that case is the governor appoints someone. And sometimes you can get people from outside the area that may not be as familiar with your community, may not be as dedicated to your community. There's a host of things that can happen in that situation. My government affairs committee, and specifically Joe Spindolini, he came up with this idea. Why don't we ask if we can interview the candidates and make a recommendation? And I'll say, I think there was a lot of, yeah, right, this is not going to happen.
I was in that boat. I just like, this.
The governor's never going to allow this, right? Governor Brown is not going to let Klamath County have a say in that. We sent a letter. Thankfully, the commissioners were on board. They supported our idea, and we sent off this letter, and she granted it. We made history with that. That is now being duplicated in communities across Oregon. I've had a couple of communities that have reached out to me and asked what our process was because they're doing the same thing. I think we should be proud of that. We have a good district attorney that's working on some issues, and we had a say in it. So there's two specific things that I can point to.
Well, very good. Well, thank you. And DA Costello is a great person, and as well as doing a wonderful job at what she does. It's a tough job, and it's great that the chamber had a voice in that.
Yeah,
the community had a voice in it.
Our business community, our community had a voice in it. That's the thing that the chamber does. That's the thing we can be, is the voice for the business community.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Heather. Yeah. We're actually going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parker Ma, and this is Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center. We offer various types of treatments to get you moving and feeling better. Services include chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and other different therapeutic techniques. At Klamath Spine, we typically don't need a referral, and we're an in-network provider for many insurances. You have a choice where to be seen. Make it at Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
The 2018 Klamath County Fair is all about fun, friends, and family. Join us August 2nd to the 5th and ride the carnival ride. See great entertainment and check out the exhibits. Come see country music star Cody Johnson light up the John Hancock Event Center on August 2nd. Put on your boots. The Great Northwest Pro Rodeo is August 3rd and 4th. Doors open at 5:15 with the action starting at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead and get your tickets now for the best event of the summer. The 2018 Klamath County Fair, August 2nd to the 5th. Come have a blast. It's your fair.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rorik, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Welcome back, friends. Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. We're live with Ask Klamath and Heather Tramp, Executive Director of the Klamath County Chamber of Commerce. We do want to mention that this segment is brought to you by the Klamath County Fairgrounds. They want to remind you that the Klamath County Fair is coming up real quick, August 2nd through the 5th. We're like 3 weeks away. Country superstar Cody Johnson will be taking the stage Thursday night. And, of course, it wouldn't be fair without rides and food and 4-H animals and FFA and all that good stuff. The premium guides are available, so if you want to enter into the fair, go on down there. They have those ready for you as well. Visit the fairgrounds office or kcfairgrounds.org for more info on the fair. Also, Klamath Falls News is going to be covering the fair in a couple weeks as well. So if you or your business want to help sponsor some of that coverage and tell the stories of fair, I invite you to take a look at klamathfallsnews.org/fair2018. That's klamathfallsnews.org/fair2018. We got sponsorship opportunities there. Are you ready for some more questions?
Sure.
All right. So in the slogan of the chamber, you lead, advocate, and connect. Mm-hmm. What is advocate? What does that mean? What are you guys doing?
Again, back to being the voice for our business community. That's really, if you look at our public policy agenda that drives our government affairs decisions, if you were privy to any of the discussions in our board of directors, the business community is, that's what we're there for, is to be their business.
Okay.
Or their voice, I'm sorry.
So you're the voice of the businesses. What else does the chamber do for its members besides just being a voice?
Sure. Well, again, we've talked about the government affairs. I talk about that because that really is probably one of the top things that we do. There's a lot of things, especially in the state of Oregon, that affect small businesses. You know, we can tick them off, like minimum wage, prevailing wage, all of these things that affect it, even when it comes down to transportation. So I think advocacy is not the number one thing that we do for our members. Secondarily, we do a lot of promotion of our membership, and we do that in a wide variety of ways. We have a really nice website with a business directory that can direct people there. We use our social media to promote our membership. We take lots of phone calls, and we even use our offices as a way to do that. We have lots of brochures and things like that. So promoting what is here and what's available to shop, for things to do, for places to eat, for any of those businesses. So promoting our business community. And promoting our community, again, when I talk about going up to Salem, making sure that our message talks about opportunity and the things that we do have, and not just kind of a woe is me attitude. And then the third thing is a lot of development, education opportunities. So we try to bring in speakers that would make a business stronger, things that could make them more effective with their marketing, protect them with human resource kinds of things, and and just make them a stronger business that way. Leadership development.
And there's quite a bit of networking going on as well, right?
Networking, yeah. Well, and again, I think that kind of fits in that promotion category, because that's really, if you come to Greeters, and I know I mentioned that earlier, but Greeters is growing. We had about 35 people there last time, and it's people that want to know what's going on in your business and talking to each other, and it's great to see them connecting each other to other people. Oh, I know so-and-so that needs your kind of service. Let me introduce you to this person over here. And sometimes we get head down in our own business and don't look up to see what else is happening in the community. And so, again, that networking, being able to stand in a room and hear someone say, oh, I'm working on that, and support them however we can.
Great. So if you got any questions as you're watching live, be sure to put those in the comments below. We're going to be asking some of those live questions at the end of the broadcast, where you're able to take some of those questions, and they could be all over the place. So remember, Heather is the executive director of the Chamber of Commerce, so she's got a lot of connections and knows a lot of things, but she may not necessarily have the answer you're looking for, but can help you find it. So one of the things that I was having a conversation with another business owner just the other day about this, and we've actually talked about this before, and there's an economics term called leakage, and leakage is the amount of money that leaves an area, doesn't come back. Right? If you shop local, there's been a lot of campaigns to shop local, and that means that, your dollar goes to help somebody else, and that goes in turn to help somebody else, and it's like 2.8 fold on every dollar spent. It circulates the basin that many times. Sure. Do you know what the leakage value is that leaves the basin on an annual basis?
I don't know the most recent amount. I know back when I started, there was a survey that had been done, a study that had been done. I don't know what it is. I think that we know intuitively that there's quite a bit. I mean, look at how many people were concerned about Costco. So I think there is some of that. And the world in general, not just in Klamath County, is changing with a lot of people buying online. And so I know that affects some of that. So I don't know what that latest number is.
Okay, numbers aside, or is the chamber doing anything to combat the leakage to where we can get people shopping here?
Well, I think there's a few things that we do that may not be specifically targeted as a leakage solution, if you will. But if you look back at promotion, there's a lot of unknowing in our community of what is available here. For example, in December, I did this sip and shop tour that we took a bus and people were able to buy tickets, and we took them around the community to places to shop. And they were places that I think about all the time, probably because they're members. But the majority of our bus was people that had lived here a long time, more than 10 years, and had no idea what some of those places were. So we do some small scale things, letting people know, hey, did you know you can buy that here? And I do that a lot one-on-one. We do that a lot in our office when people call, is there someplace I can get this? On a bigger scale, I think, again, just messaging and letting people know what it means when you shop local. When you support our local businesses, what does it mean? And why is it important to support those? When you look at all of the places that sponsor our youth events, the chamber programmings, our government affairs trips, what you're trying to do, that's why you support local, right? Because they're committed to our community. And then I think the other piece of that is the education piece that we do. If we can help our businesses target what's needed in our community and do it in a way that people want to shop here, and make those businesses stronger, I think that's what we can do.
There's a little bit to be said there is no matter how much leakage there actually is, if there's a dollar value for it, there's always going to be some. People leave, for a day trip, or they leave out of the area. I mean, a lot of times, people will go to Medford just to get out of town for a day. Sure. Medford goes to the coast. Right. Salem and Eugene go to Portland. Portland goes to Seattle. Everybody's kind of got their thing. Actually, Portland more goes to the coast as well, that northern coast. But the point is communities do that. So there will be a bit of that no matter what. But there is a great benefit to at least looking in town first at what is here, the options that are here, whether it's a car or whether it's clothes or dog food. Right. You can get your dog food shipped online right to your house. Right. So there's definitely a benefit with looking local.
I do. And I also think, again, back to that education piece, I think one of the things that the chamber is can do is look forward. What does the future of shopping look like? It's funny because there's so many. If you watch the commercials on TV and even look locally at like Fred Meyer, who has their click list thing, right? People don't always enjoy shopping, and so they want something easy, or they want an experience. And that's where I think that our businesses can look. How can they provide good customer service, good product, and maybe an experience, and make it someplace you want to shop? Because those other places, I mean, I think sometimes things just aren't that fun to shop for. You know, if you look at, we're always going to need groceries, and I love our local grocery stores. But again, look at how popular that's becoming, where you can send in your grocery list online and they bring it out to your car. Yeah. Right? So
times are definitely changing.
So I think there's going to always be a place for brick and mortar, and we are committed to them. I mean, our local chamber members are really important to our community overwide, and we're going to continue to promote that.
Very good. All right, so we got a question here from Willa Paulus. Willa's got kind of a difficult one, it might be, to answer.
Okay.
Historically, the chamber was supportive of the Klamath tribes. During the reservation era, many tribal members were members of the chamber and supported local efforts by the chamber. My question is, does the chamber still support the tribe, and what are they doing to be inclusive to the tribal members to help promote diversity in the basin?
Sure. That's a good, I learn a lot from Willa. I'm actually going to say she posts a lot of postcards and information on the history, and so there's a lot to learn about our community. But the chamber has been supportive of the tribe. I think that we're still supportive of the tribe. We're supportive of the whole community. I guess that's really my message. I care about Klamath County. The chamber cares about Klamath County. Our board cares about Klamath County. And that's what we look at. What is the best for our whole community? One of the things that I'll mention, we started a committee called One Klamath a couple of months ago, and it was voted on by our board, unanimously supported. It was a suggestion that came from our Government Affairs Committee to start looking at some of the things facing our community and look at it from a holistic approach. What's the thing that we can do that helps our entire community, not just one sector? You know, if you look at a community, it's made up of all different parts and pieces, and that sort of thing. So how can we start to find some solutions that get us through some of these tough times in a very holistic approach?
Okay. So it's a pretty tough situation as well. And if you're not familiar, I'm a board member as well. So and I can't speak for the entire board. I can't speak for the chamber as well. But I also know that if you want things to be more involved, you got to be more involved.
Yeah.
Right? If you want the chamber to become more involved in what you got to be more involved in the chamber. So this goes to anybody, not just tribal members or anybody. I invite you, I'm sure Heather does as well, invite you to become involved.
Yeah.
You know, come down, chat with her, find out what it is that you can help with the chamber and how you can become involved and we can become involved in what's important to you.
We talk about, I hear this in our community a lot, and we see it a lot. We are so strong as a community when we come together, right? Think about when some kind of tragedy comes to our community and our community, our neighbors rally together and help, right? We are stronger together. Everyone
Definitely.
is. And so that's really what this idea is. Looking at the community as a whole and figuring out how to make all the pieces that are here be better and strengthen those things and strengthen our whole community. The chamber's about improving the quality of life here. It's really primarily through strengthening the business community. That is our focus. But it really is about advancing the economic vitality of the whole Klamath County and improving the quality of life for everyone.
Improving everything for everybody. It is
Yeah.
One Klamath.
Yeah.
All right, guys, with that, we're actually going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Parker Ma, and this is Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center. We offer various types of treatments to get you moving and feeling better. Services include chiropractic, physical therapy, massage, and other different therapeutic techniques. At Klamath Spine, we typically don't need a referral, and we're an in-network provider for many insurances. You have a choice where to be seen. Make it at Klamath Spine Rehab and Sports Center.
Slow down.
Slow down and move over.
And move over.
When you see lights,
Vests.
Or reflectors.
Please, give us some room. Slow down and move over.
when you need us.
We've got your back.
Do you have ours?
You got our back?
You got ours? You got our back?
Please, slow down.
And move over.
The 2018 Klamath County Fair is all about fun, friends, and family. Join us August 2nd to the 5th and ride the carnival ride. See great entertainment and check out the exhibits. Come see country music star Cody Johnson light up the John Hancock Event Center on August 2nd. Put on your boots. The Great Northwest Pro Rodeo is August 3rd and 4th. Doors open at 5:15 with the action starting at 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Plan ahead and get your tickets now for the best event of the summer. The 2018 Klamath County Fair, August 2nd to the 5th. Come have a blast. It's your fair.
You can have your car taken to the shop of your choice. So my friend had her car taken to Excel Auto Body because she heard about their reputation for excellent work. They even gave her a written warranty that's good for as long as she owns that car. So Excel Auto Body is a very smart choice.
Hi, I'm Rorik, owner of Excel Auto Body. No matter if the damage is minor or major, you'll want to choose us now. So if you are ever in an accident, you'll be ready. And remember, it's your choice what body shop you go to. Choose Excel Auto Body. It's your car, our reputation.
Hello friends, Brian Gailey, Klamath Falls News. Welcome back to Ask Klamath, where we're talking here with Heather Tramp, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce. This segment I do want to mention is brought to you by Ace Towing. They do want to remind you, and you just saw the commercial just a few moments ago, that if you see lights and sirens, please slow down and move over. Whether it's emergency personnel, heck, fire personnel of the fire we just had yesterday. Slow down, move over, including tow truck drivers and people like that. But at the same time, they want you to know and put this number in your phone because the phone number for Ace Towing, they actually do jump starts, lockouts, if you run out of fuel, tire changes, collision towing if you needed it, and a lot more. You put this number in your phone, 541-884-9388, 541-884-9388. You're going to want that number when you need it, and you're not going to want to have to go searching for it. So put that one in your phone. So, Heather, one of the things that the Chamber does is you do a whole lot of events. Well, actually, not a whole lot of them. You got 4 major ones of the year, right? So what are your 4 major events, and what's coming up next?
Sure. So we do have the 4. We have our annual awards gala in January, typically held in January, where we recognize the successes that we've achieved over the previous year. That's a really important one because, again, sometimes we're so focused on fixing things and making things better that we're always looking at the next problem, if you will. And so it's a really good event to stop and say, you know what, there's some good things that happened this past year, and celebrate those moments and celebrate those people that do good things. We have a leadership event in May, LeaderCast, which is a really great one. We've been doing that for a few years, all about kind of motivational leadership. And then we have our putting challenge, which is next week. That's a really fun social event, a chance for people to get together and
great time just to play and have fun and goof off.
It's just fun, right? Yeah. You don't have to be able to be a good golfer. But the one coming up is our Rural Business Innovation Summit. This will be our 4th year doing it, and it's the one that I don't want to say most I love all of our events. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you've probably seen me say, oh, this is my favorite event. But the Rural Business Innovation Summit was one we decided, what if let me ask you, if you've gone to a conference, it's probably been in an urban area, and you're with all these people that don't have the same struggles that we do here in rural. So we said, what if we had a conference for the Pacific Northwest that was focused on rural business issues and things that rural business owners, decision makers, and leaders, what are the things they want to know, and what's the message to them? So we created it. It's not being done. That's the Rural Business Innovation Summit. So we bring in speakers, wide variety of topics every year, social media marketing, how to attract and retain talent. That's something that comes up a lot in rural areas. How do we keep our younger generation here? How do we keep the people that are graduating from OIT or KCC, how do we keep them here and make sure that they have a good family wage job and those kinds of things. So that's really what the Rural Business Innovation Summit is. It's coming up on September 13th. We have some, again, great speakers. We have the editor-in-chief of Shopify Plus, which is an online platform for
retail sale or for sales. Aaron Orendorff, he's coming to talk about how to become a multimillionaire no matter where you live. I'm going to take some notes on that one. But we also have Don Mackey. He's the co-founder for the Center for Rural Entrepreneurship, located in the Midwest, and he's coming to talk about that talent piece, or keeping the younger generation here. And so just a wide variety of people. And we are bringing people from outside the area. They come, they collaborate. There's good, back to the networking thing, we're talking to people in Lakeview, Grants Pass. We have people that come from Bend and Redmond area, Alturas coming, and they're all sitting there talking about what they're doing good in their community, what they're struggling with, brainstorming. And again, if you look at the strengths in numbers, then when we go to Salem, we can talk about, hey, it's not just our community that's struggling with this or that has this opportunity, so is this.
Right. And, you bring up Aaron and Shopify, and we just were talking about online sales and leakage and stuff, but this is a little bit different because it's in a way of talking about bringing outside money into the Basin, right? It's not just, you're not talking about selling or not buying online, but actually selling online to where that revenue comes here.
Right. And that really is the truth. Shopify is actually a program I'll share the Chamber uses to run our online sales through for events and things like that. But it's a great way. And I think that sometimes our local businesses need some inspiration to dream a little bit bigger. Some of them are doing really well, some of them might not categorize it that way, but what if there was an opportunity for them to sell online and to sell to a bigger audience, and what would that mean to their bottom line? So it is a little different. It's not about shopping online, it's about people buying your stuff from outside the area online.
Right. And there's a lot of businesses that could do that. You've got the mom and pop farms, you've got craft and artsy and crafty type things, and there's a lot of things that could be there. So it'd be really cool.
Aaron is going to use a case study that he did of somebody that uses Shopify Plus. So there's a company that actually was featured on Shark Tank. They're from the Midwest, two women. They made a company. They got some money, some funding from Mark Cuban. And they're going to share their story. So it's going to be a really exciting event, September 13th, and I'd love to have our business community out there.
So we're really only like 2 months away.
Yeah.
So how did somebody get tickets?
ruralbizsummit.com.
Rural Biz Summit with a Z.
With a Z.
There it is on the screen.
There it is, you got it. Ruralbizsummit.com. We have opportunities for you to come and attend and listen. We also have opportunity if you're a business that does like business to business, accountants, insurance agents. If businesses are your clients, we have opportunity for an exhibitor kind of setup, and those are starting to sell. We've got quite a list of exhibitors coming.
Now, are you still looking for speakers, or do you have that locked down?
My speakers are locked down. I'm finalizing one, but the agenda is up online. So if you go to that ruralbizsummit.com, you can see who's coming to speak. You can see their bios. You can see a list of our sponsors. I'm really proud of our business community and all the people that have stepped up to bring this here to our area. So I thank them a lot. You can see kind of what the day is. There's pictures from last year. It's a great event. I'm really proud of it.
Now, this is a one-day event. Previously was 2.
Yeah.
And sometimes for business owners, it's a little hard to get away for 2 days. Mm-hmm. Now it's a one-day kind of all-in-one kind of thing, right?
Yeah. We're going to, so the Chamber is a resource partner with the Klamath Idea, which is all about building the entrepreneurism culture here. And the end of the day will feature the Idea Talks. And we're excited to have Brant Boersma. He is the son of the late Dane Boersma from Dutch Bros, and he's Dutch Bros Chief Culture Officer. He's going to come and talk about their
That's an interesting title, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. It sounds like a fun job. And so he's going to come and talk about their founder story. And so that will end the day. So we've got speakers all day long, social media, talent attraction, online sales. We have a retail service speaker, and then ending with the story of Dutch Bros with dinner and some drinks that our ambassadors are serving. It's going to be a great time.
Very good. Now, you said this is the 4th annual,
mm-hmm.
but if I remember right, you guys were doing something similar, not this title, but it was kind of similar for several years before that, right?
We were. We used to have it was very similar. It was kind of a 3-day thing, local speakers on some of lots of little workshops. You were one of our instructors. Yeah. And it was a good event, but I wanted to dream a little bit bigger. I think that for all of the things that we have to work on in Klamath, Klamath has some really great things going on. And I think that we should celebrate some of those things. Continue to work on the stuff that we're struggling with, but really celebrate and hold ourselves up. I think that there's a lot of rural communities around the state that could look at some of the things that we're doing and model some things after that. So I wanted to dream bigger, get more people here, get more people networking and talking and solving problems.
What would you say is the average person? Are they coming from Klamath Falls? Are they traveling from outside, coming in? How's that working?
Well, so this is exciting. I'm gonna share some numbers. The first year we had about 30 people there. The next year we were about 75. We had about 100 last year. So it continues to grow. It is primarily Klamath because that's where our reach is. Although this year we are targeting a little bit outside the area a little bit more. So we're getting some interest there. We have had quite a few people from Lakeview come over. Their commissioners have been supportive of this and have come over. Grants Pass, Medford. We have some partners over there that have brought people over, Bend and Redmond, and so it keeps growing a little bit. It's usually a business owner. The other group that I was surprised has been coming down is there's quite a group from Salem, like the Secretary of State's office. Their small business advocate, Ruth Miles, has been supportive of this and come to the event every year. The state level WorkSource Oregon department has come, the national parks. So they want to come and visit with local business owners, rural business owners, because it can be hard to get in touch with that group. We're all busy doing what we need to do in our business. So if there's one event where they can come and talk to you and you can share the struggles, that's another good benefit of rural business.
Awesome. RuralBizSummit.com.
Yes.
Right? All right. So you can get your tickets, more information there. Guys, let's take a look and see what questions we have. We're going to go into our live questions, and as I'm scrolling through here, looking for some, if you've got a question that's just burning in your fingertips, type it out on your keyboard right there in the comments, and we'll see if we can get that answered for you. We're going to go down the list, starting at the top. And again, the first ones I see is about the audio. Again, I apologize about the audio. We did get that clarified and fixed. One of the things we talked about with the audio was poor is actually one of Brandon Christopher Rust's comments here. Is he's asking, is the Chamber of Commerce a government office, and does it allow you to drive a tax vehicle?
No. Nope, we are not a government agency, and like Brian said, I answered that when the audio was a little bit down, but we're a membership-based organization. Any business or individual that believes in what we're doing and wants to make the community a better place can join. You pay a small fee for your annual dues, and you're a member, but we are not affiliated with government, and that's really important actually to me because, again, I think advocacy is so important, and that's one of the best things that we can do is that government affairs piece. And so we don't take any of those government dollars.
Very good. Are there any government agencies that are members?
So the city and the county both belong. So we do have a few that are members of the organization, but we don't receive any funding beyond their dues for it.
Okay. You're connected with a lot of things going on. Brandon, again, has asked another question. Is there a roller rink coming? Do we know of anything? He's always asking about a roller rink, Brandon.
Or an ice. I think he sometimes asks about an ice rink, too. Not that I'm aware of, but, I think that's one we hear often enough. I'm surprised somebody hasn't put together a business plan and thought to open one.
All right, so we're going through here looking. I'm seeing a lot of people commenting and watching, not very many questions. So Heather, with that, I thank you. We're going to be wrapping this up very shortly. I hope this went well for you.
I did. Thank you for
Other than the audio, I think it went well for us. But I do want to give a shout out to where we're at, Gathering Grounds Roastery. It looked like, moment right there. The Gathering Grounds Roastery, they provide this location for us. Jason and his crew, they're awesome at what they do. They roast their own stuff here. It's locally owned, locally operated. Fantastic. They've been a partner with us for about a year now on different things. They sponsor the This Week in Photos photo contest every Sunday as well. We give out some free coffee for the winner for that as well. Located right here, 11th Street is where we're at between Klamath and Main. Come on in and come try some of this good goodness. So I also want to thank our presenting sponsor, Excel Auto Body, the Klamath County Fairgrounds. They've been a great sponsor as well. Klamath Spine and Rehab, Dr. Ma. You've seen his commercial in there. Fantastic thing he's got going on. And, of course, Ace Towing. We couldn't do this job without him. We appreciate those sponsors. Just like what Heather does and getting sponsors for her things, it's hard to get. It would be very difficult to do what we do without them, right?
Mm-hmm. It would. I'm excited. All of those are chamber members.
Oh, very well. So, guys, Ask Klamath is a production of Klamath Falls News. It's hosted by myself, Brian Gailey. Off camera over there is Damian Johnson. He's doing the production. Hi, Damian. Couldn't do the show without him either. It'd be impossible to do the show and all the switching and the audio and all that. I'm over here and we still had audio trouble. So if you didn't catch our live broadcast or you tuned out because, the audio, don't worry. After Facebook does its magic, it'll be available for a replay and you can scrub ahead to where the audio is clean. You can watch previous episodes on askklamath.com as well as on our YouTube channel. We are starting to book for season 2. This is episode 5. We're doing 6 episodes here, season 1. We're going to be booking up our guests on season 2. If that's something you're interested in, if you're a government official, if somebody that's going to be up for election, or a business owner, civic leader, you got something that our public might want to know or have questions about, check out askklamath.com. There'll be some information there on how we can get you on the show as well. If you've been entertained, please click that like button. I appreciate that. We're on all the social media stuff, so check us out. There's different things, different places. With that, July 25th will be our next show. It'll be the last show of season 1. It will be Todd Hogarth, the manager of the Klamath County Fairgrounds. We're also going to be giving away that prize pack from the fairgrounds for the people who have asked questions on the show. Heather, anything else you want to add?
No, thank you for allowing me to be here.
Well, thank you for being here. On behalf of Heather, I'm Brian Gailey. We're live with Ask Klamath, Klamath Falls News. We'll see you around the basin.